Alrighty, guys, so now that we have discussed what an informational text is, we're going to go ahead and talk about informational text features. So these are features that you find within informational text, such as a newspaper article, a magazine, or a textbook. Okay, so this is all of the features that you would find within that text, that informational text. So the first one is table of contents. Anytime that I highlight something on the screen, I want you to go ahead and highlight it with your highlighter on your paper for your notes, okay? So the first one is table of contents, and then if you can see here in the middle, we are going to see an example. So this is your example and a picture, and it shows you what chapter 1 is about, and then it has the page numbers for each divided section. How does the table of contents help the reader? It helps you because you can see major parts of the book along with numbers. So go ahead and highlight major parts of book along with page numbers. So major parts and book and page numbers. Go ahead and highlight all of those. The next one, locate information and see main topics or main points. Highlight, locate information. How does the table of contents help you? It helps you locate information. What information? Main topics and or main points. Highlight all of those, please. Remember, if you need to pause or rewind to see what we are supposed to be highlighting, please feel free to pause the video and highlight so that you can go back and see what you need to highlight. Okay, we're going to go ahead and move on. The next one is glossaries. A glossary helps the reader to quickly find a term from an alphabetical list. So let's go ahead and do quickly find a key term. Quickly find a key term, highlight, and alphabetical list. Your glossary is always going to be in alphabetical order. Where do we find our glossary in a book? In the front of the textbook or in the back? What do you think? Yes, correct. It is in the back of the textbook. And we're going to go ahead and do we'll discuss the wording first and then we'll look at the example. So this is the example of the glossary. So if you go back to your textbook, either your science or social studies, if you go back, they're going to have a glossary of all of the main important words that come up within that chapter. Okay. So you would look at the bolded word. That is the main word and then your definition. Okay. So that is your glossary. The next one is your index. The index quickly finds pages that contain information you are looking for. So how does the index help the reader? Because you can quickly find pages, information you are looking for. Highlight all of that. Quickly find pages, information you are looking for. Okay, and if you see the picture in the middle, this is what your index looks like. It's also in alphabetical order and it has just the main word. It's not going to have a definition like the glossary. This one is just the word. Say that you read a chapter and you don't remember where you found the word, you would go to the back index. If you're looking for animal habitats, you would go to page 3 and that whole section is going to talk about animal habitats. The next one on our list, key guide words. How do key and guide words help the reader? It helps them define key terms to find out their meaning in the text. It also helps you better learn and understand the subject. So keywords are going to help you define key terms. Highlight, define key terms. And to find out meaning in the text. The meaning in the text. Okay. The next one, better learn and understand the subject. You are going to highlight better learn, understand, and subject. Better learn, understand, and subject. The next one, these are graphic aids. So this all up here was example of print features, anything that you can find within a print. The next one are graphic aids. Graphic means it's going to have some sort of a visual, okay? It's in a specific way, which way? In a visual way. The next feature you would find in an informational text is a diagram. How does it help the reader? It helps you understand a more detailed or simplified view of information. It also helps understand steps, how objects are made, or information in the text. So let's go ahead and highlight understand, detailed, simplified view, information. Detailed, simplified view, and information. Okay. The next one, understand steps, objects made, and information in the text. Diagram is always going to show you an easier view, simplified meaning easier, an easier view of the information by putting it in a visual and labeling it. For example, we have here a volcano diagram. So volcano diagram right here is labeled, okay, the top part is this, the bottom part is this is the lava, this is a mountain, this is a peak. Your diagram always labels the picture. It is always labeled for its parts. The next one is graph, charts, and tables. Organize, how does it help you? It helps you organize large amounts of information in a small space, understand relationships among and between information, and summarize and compare information. Go ahead and highlight organize large amounts, information, small space. So instead of putting all of this data in a big report, they go ahead and get a graph or a table, and they put it in all the information in a table so that it's easier for us to understand a topic when we're looking at it. It also helps relationships among, between information. It shows you if this happens, this is the result. It shows you the relationship. And it helps you summarize and compare information. Highlight, summarize, and compare. The next one is maps. How do they help the reader? They helps you understand where an event happens and understand how far away an event took place. So go ahead and highlight where event happens and how far away, because the map, you can see how far it was from you, whatever did happen. You can tell us in which area. Did it happen in the north, east, west, south? Okay, this is where all of the map is showing that information. Let's go ahead and continue. Timeline. Understand important events in chronological order or time order. Important events in chronological or highlight time order. This is where it shows you the order of events. Understand order of events and how events may have led to another. So highlight have led to another. The timeline shows you because this happened first and this happened and this happened. It is all in a timely order. The next one is an illustration. Illustration helps the readers understand information in a visual way. That's all you need, a visual way, a picture. An illustration is a picture. Understand the story and understand an idea from the text that was unclear. Highlight idea from text that was unclear. And we have an example of an ant, and it shows you exactly what an ant would look like. The next one is organizational aids. Bold print. Example, the wetlands of the South helps the reader by signaling the word is important and or found in the glossary. Signaling word is important. Bold print. Understand the word is important. Again, word is important. Anytime the word is darkened and it's in a darker black color, that means bold. It's bolded print. Italics is pretty much the same, but it's when the words are moved to the side. They're italicized. So if you can tell how they're slanted to the right, that is italicized. The next one is your titles. Identify the topic of the text, understand the main idea of the text, and make connections between what you already know and the text. And identify topics throughout the book article as they skim and scan, divide the text into sections.